go on with our lesson from the third unit, period 2, which talks about coincidences. To give a very quick summary of what we have done, we started with the idea of that we have or we live in a small world. What does it mean? What do we mean when we say that the world is small? When does the world become small? Or because of what? If you like to answer, raise your hands, يا توجيه. توجيهي, can you hear me? Yes, please, Ahmad. What does it mean to say the world is small? أو زينة محمد, sorry.
When they experience one of those strange coincidences that seem to happen in early everyone's life.
So what happened to the connection between people in the world? People become more connected because of the coincidences that happens with them. In the text, we discussed two definitions of coincidences. One of them is a general definition. What is the general definition of coincidences? General definition of coincidences. Ayah Rawan. Rawan Ashur. The general definition of coincidences. طب نشوف جميل سالم.
The general mass.
Yes, the general definition of coincidences.
It is our evidence of something mysterious happening, some kind of happened by plan outside our knowledge.
This is how people think about coincidences. How do they explain coincidences? هذا كيف الناس بيفسرون الcoincidence. لكن what do we mean by a coincidence? What are coincidences, يا جميل? The general definition is...
Actually, I don't know.
It's not a matter. We will see someone else. رنين عرفة.
اللي هي story about strange and unexpected events and connection.
Unexpected connection between things. Is this a general definition of coincidences? توجيهي, yesterday we talked about two definitions. One of them is a general one and the other is scientific. We explained it in a mathematical way. I mean the other or the latter definition. What is the first definition, which is a general one? Aya Ibrahim.
Coincidence are events that unexpectedly happen at the same time for no clear reason.
Very good. So this is the first definition. I'll try to underline it. And it is the general one. This is a general definition of coincidences. تمام? But can you give me an example of it from the text يا توجيهي? An example of a general coincidence or a general definition of coincidences, which is events that unexpectedly happen at the same time for no clear reason. The example, Zaina Muhammad.
So you're on a holiday in another country and you run into a person you know from home.
Very good. اللي هو mentioned in the first paragraph. Meeting someone, you are in a holiday and you meet someone from home in another country without having any appointment, without knowing that any one of you is there. This is the example of a general coincidence. What is the scientific definition of coincidences? The scientific one. محمد دعاء. يا محمد. أحمد فضل. The scientific definition of coincidences.
Events that unexpectedly happened at the same time for no clear reason or finding.
أحمد. This is the general definition. لتوجيه في عندي تعريف عام للمصادفات اللي هو events that unexpectedly happen at the same time for no clear reason. حكينا example إنه you are in a holiday in another country and you run into someone else from home. تمام. Now we have a scientific definition يا أحمد for
إيش بتحكي يا
scientific one اللي هو the other definition. What is the other definition? طيب عادل وائل please. عادل.
finding هي اسمها دليل.
Again.
finding an unexpected connection between seemingly
random things or people. Yes. Finding an unexpected connection between seemingly random things or people. This is the scientific definition of coincidences. طب what is the example on such definition? The example. إذا أنا عندي definition تعريف وفي عليه مثال example. Now what is the example on the scientific definition, which is finding an unexpected connection between things or people? Noor Jamal.
Talking to a complete stranger and finding that you have the same birthday.
Yes, this is the example of the scientific definition of coincidences, which is talking to a complete stranger and finding that you have the same birthday as him or her. But which definition is more exciting for people? Or I will ask the question in another way. Which definition of these two definitions people accept more? And why? Which do people accept more? The general definition or the scientific definition? Ibrahim.
Could you please repeat the question?
The question is, which do people accept more? The general definition of coincidences or the scientific one?
The general.
Yeah, why? Why do they like or accept the general definition?
Because the scientific explanation is less exciting.
Very good, because the scientific explanation is less exciting, so they are reluctant to accept it. Now, the scientific explanation in which we have an example of people who have the same birthday and they don't know each other was explained in this text by having a mathematical way. When you said if we have 23 people in a room, the chance of having two of them with the same birthday is 50%, etc. Now, we are going to move on with the last paragraph of this text. So I need someone to read. Zaina, please, can you read the last paragraph? I mean, line 19, Yazina.
Okay. The other part of the scientific explanation for coincidences is simply that there are so many events in people's lives. Just think of the number of people that you have had any kind of connection with during your life. There are probably over 10,000, and the older you get, the more there will be. If you are the kind of person who talks to strangers, you will definitely come across coincidences. Basically, when you think about how complex our lives are, especially nowadays with the internet, The only surprising thing is that coincidences don't happen more often.
Good. So when we want to talk or to explain coincidences in another way, we can say coincidences happen in all people's lives. None of us has his life without coincidences. Now, if we talk about you in your age, maybe you will find that you have over 10,000 coincidences or people, sorry, the number of people that you have met in your life, maybe 10,000 people. I don't mean your friends, anyone you meet, maybe in the street, can be considered as one of the people that you met in your life. So, as old as you get, as older as you get, you will find more coincidences in your life. Tamam? So, if I want to talk about coincidences and the conclusion of the writer about coincidences, what do you think? If I say the writer, I want you to say whether my statement is true or false. The writer concludes that coincidences are surprising. True or false? And why? Explain your answer, please. Jamil Salim, what do you think?
Can you again a question, please?
My question is a true false statement, and you have to explain your answer. The writer concludes, the writer of the article concludes that coincidences are surprising. What do you think, Jamil?
لسه الصوت بقطع.
Again, the writer thinks that coincidences are surprising. طيب, I will see someone else. Sorry يا جميل for the bad connection. نشوف محمد دعاء.
False. The writer believes that coincidences are not surprising.
Are not surprising.
The only surprising thing is that coincidences don't happen more often.
Don't happen more often. يعني coincidences happen less often that we think. تمام؟ ما بيصير يعني حدوث المصادفات أقل من ما إحنا بنتوقع. طيب, my question is يا محمد, why does the writer think that coincidences aren't surprising? Like many people think. Many people think that coincidences are surprising. Huh?
Due to the internet revolution, and the older we get, the more people we meet.
هلا, they are not surprising because of the internet. That's one of the reasons. Why aren't they surprising also? We have other reasons that coincidences aren't surprising. Can you give me another one, ya Ibrahim? Ibrahim. Coincidences aren't surprising because of the internet. This is one of the reasons. What else?
The coincidences don't happen more often.
They don't happen more often because of the internet. Huh? This is the same point, let's say. But coincidences aren't surprising because they happen in all people's lives. So this is something normal to happen. And also, because we have a mathematical way to explain them, there is a scientific explanation for them. And when you have an explanation for something, it won't be surprising. Tamam? This is why coincidences aren't surprising. In this way, I finished the text. Now, to make sure that you understand the text, we will answer the questions that are related here. And they are in a form of multiple choice, يا توجيهي. Question number 2, choose the best answer to the question, circle A, B, or C. Please, I want you to read the statement and give me the answer immediately. Number 1. Number 1. رنين عرفة. Yes يا رنين.
يا مس سؤال 2 تشوز
Choose the best answer. I want you to do number 1 please.
تمام. According to the writer, what do you people mean when they say it's a small world? C. People lives are more connected than they used to be.
People lives. This is a noun, so it is pronounced as lives. Lives when it is a verb. Pay attention, Yarani. So when I say it is a small world, it means people's lives are more connected than they used to be. Pay attention, توجيه. It might come in a form of a complete question. هلا في عندنا سؤال بالcomprehension اللي هو complete the following statements from the text. لما بقول لي the expression it's a small world means you have to say people's lives are more connected than they used to be. طبعا because of what? Because of the coincidences they experience in their lives. Number 2. Noor Jamal.
Why does the writer think some people don't want to believe scientific explanations for strange coincidences? Because they prefer a more exciting explanation.
Very good, because they prefer a more exciting explanation. Number 3, thank you, Noor. Move on to Ibrahim, number 3.
Yes. If there are 30 people in a room, what's the possibility for the probability that 2 of them have the same party? A.
Person, yeah. It's A, 55%. How do you get the answer, yeah, Ibrahim? Do we have this number in our mathematical explanation in the examples?
No.
So how can we get the answer?
Because when we say that there's 23 in a room, the possibility for them is 50. And 30 is near 32. 23.
23. تمام. طيب, they talk about 23, 50%.
Yes.
48, 95%. They don't give us these numbers. How are you sure to have this a percentage when you have 30 people in a room? Anyone who can answer this? Dana, can you give us an explanation how do we get this answer? If we have 30 people in a room, the percentage or the chance of having 2 of them with the same birthday is 55%. How do we get that? It's not mentioned in the text, by the way.
It's less than 95% and more than 50%.
طيب, ما عندي 80%, ليش ما اخترتهاش? If we talk about this. توجيه you are scientific, انتوا علمي صح؟ هلا انا في عندي العلاقات الطرديه هاي او الضرب التبادل اللي بيقولوا له 23 you have 50%, مش هيك؟ and when I have 30 people, how much is the percent? This is the idea. وبعدين تعملوا الضرب التبادلي, ها? When you have I don't know if I can put a line here. When you, I will write it here. Here. Again, 23 people, 50%. And when you have 30 people, how much is the percent? And then you can have this formula in mathematics, huh? 30 multiplied by 50 divided by 23, and then you will get this answer. Maybe they will give you another number. How can you get the answer in this way, Yanuji? What about number 4 in the multiple choice? I need someone else. عادل وائل do number 4 please. عادل are you there? طب نشوف محمد دعاء.
What is
طب عادل.
قولي لي هيني أنت.
I have a girl.
What is the writer's conclusion about coincidence? They are not really surprising at all.
Yes, they are not really surprising. What's your name, by the way? What's your name?
Darlene.
Darine? But I can't see your name here.
Darlene Abdullah.
Darlene. You are welcome, yeah, Darlene. Thank you. Let's move to the last one, yeah, Muhammad Dua, please. Number 5.
Okay. What does the phrase later line 9 refers to? Can you show me the line, please?
Again? Muhammad, what is your answer? I couldn't hear you. If you can repeat, please. C, seemingly random things. The phrase the latter. We said that while we were discussing the text. The latter definition. I am Muhammad. What is it?
I guess so, but I'm not able to access the text right now. That's why I answered C.
Let's move to Raneen Arafi. Thank you, Muhammad. Raneen, the latter refers to what?
يا مس معلش عشان الصوت يبقى أكتر بس وين أنتوا بالضبط؟
We are in question number 2. Statement number 5. What does the phrase the latter line 9 refer to? Is it A, B, or C?
Yeah, finding accepted connection.
Finding unexpected connection, which is the scientific definition of coincidences. تمام. هلا to finish this lesson, I have to focus on the 2 phrasal verbs which are run into and come across. You have to add them يا توجيهي to the other phrasal verbs in this unit that we discussed in period 1. I mean, catch up with, put up, and turned out. تمام? These 5 phrasal verbs, in addition to others that will come in the later units, inshallah, will come in one question, and I'll try to put an example here of it. Just a moment, please. I'll try to add something. Yes, that's it. Can you see it يا توجيهي? It is on the chat, and I'll present it here now. That's the question. Is it clear? واضح يا توجيهي؟ إذا واضحة الشاشة، واضح السؤال أو الأسئلة. Write something on the chat, please. واضح. في حدا لسه المايك مفتوح. تمام. This is a question that will be about phrasal verbs. اللي هو choose suitable verbs from the box to complete the following sentences. هذا سؤال أساسي في vocabulary section في قسم المفردات اللي بيجي امتحان الوزارة. طبعا راح يجي معاه كمان أفعال لقدام but we have to focus on these ones. تمام. فعندي ran into, put up, catching up with, catch up, came across and put up. Let's do this part. I will try to do with you this one. So who can start with answering the first statement? I was hoping Sammy could me for a few days in his flat. What do you think is the answer? هلا بتقدروا تطلعوا عليهم يا توجيه، لكن بدنا نعمل اخر جزئيه اللي هو ال 6 statements on. So what could be the answer here? عادل وائل, what do you think?
put up.
هاي دالين مش هيك؟
صح.
Yes. So thank you يا دالين. I was hoping Sammy could put me up for a few days in his flat. Thank you. Unfortunately, I can't write, so you can put notes or write on whatever you want. Number 2, Ibrahim, please.
Yes. What's the question?
Answer statement number 2 and choosing the suitable phrasal verb, yeah, Ibrahim. We are on this part. 8, number
Yes.
2.
It was so lovely. It's been years since we run into.
Hi, Ibrahim, the answer. Run into you. It's been years since we were last together. Yes, run into. يعني meet you by chance. Number 3. هالة أحمد.
يا مس مش السؤال الثاني catch up with you؟
It's so lovely catching up with you. It's been years since we were last together. طب we will see the others يا هالة. خلينا نشوف. Maybe you are right. Let's do number 3.
تمام. While walking downtown, I ran into an old friend and stopped to talk.
Yes,
ran
thank you,
into.
يا هالة. That's right. While walking downtown, I ran into an old friend. Here I meet someone by chance. That's right. Thank you, Yahala. And number 2, as she said, catching up with. That's right. Number 4. Number 4, يا أحمد فضل.
She catch me up in
her house. Ahmed, pay attention. Put up, yes. She put up me in her house for a night. Because I'd missed the last bus and there were no night buses running. طيب, number 5, زينة محمد.
We hadn't seen each other for years, so having a meal together was a good chance to catch up with each other.
To catch up with each other. That's right. Thank you, ya Zena. And what about number 6? Someone else. I, a vase exactly like yours in an antique shop. نشوف all of you answered, but I'll try to choose. دالين, يلا يا دالين.
Came across.
Read the statement يا دالين.
I came across a vase exactly like yours in an unique shop.
Antique shop. Thank you. So came across. Pay attention يا توجيه, as I said. Came across means finding something by chance, but run into means meeting someone by chance. So this is the difference between them. طيب يا توجيه, I want to ask you, I have catching up with and I have catch up. why couldn't I put catch up here and catching up with number 5, for example? Why can't I exchange them? How can I guess the answer? Hi, Ibrahim. Ibrahim.
Could you please repeat the question?
هلا حطينا في number 2 it was so lovely catching up with you. تمام. Number 5 we hadn't seen each other for years, so having a meal together was a good chance to catch up with each other. Why couldn't we exchange? ليش هون catching up with هون catch up?
Actually, you know, catching up is a noun and catch up is a verb.
Yes, it
So
was lovely catching up. يعني meeting you, communicating with you. Something else. Here I have with. شايفين؟ بالإجابة موجود with عندي. تمام? So no need to say catching up with. And also I have two. Two should be followed by infinitive. So pay attention to these small things that will help you answer the questions. طيب. I will also try to discuss with you one of the example Ministry of Education questions about the text, coincidences. I think just a moment. I also put something at the beginning of the meeting, some samples of the Ministry of Education exam on the text itself. It was on the activity, yes, here. I will try to share it again. Yes, someone. Yes, this one. Can you see it, توجيهي? Yes, this one. This is one of the samples of the Ministry of Education exam about this text. And by the way, it is repeated in the Ministry of Education exam 4 times. So this is the same text as you know. Let's start answering it. Complete the diagram with missing information. توجيه طبعا بيجينا بامتحان الوزارة مش شرط كله يكون what do you mean by coincidences, define coincidences, complete. It could be in a form of a diagram, رسم توضيحي. It is the same as asking you WH questions. So here we have a diagram and you are going to fill it with missing information. This is the coincidence. You have to give the general definition with example and then the scientific definition with example. So how can we answer the first part, the general definition? Quickly يا توجيهي. Rawan or Marwan, I don't know. روان. روان عاشور، في عندنا روان عاشور. طب نشوف زينة محمد. What is the general definition يا زينة of coincidences? Hurry up please. Ibrahim.
Yes. Events that unexpected happen at the same time for no clear reason.
So, unexpected events that happen at the same time for no clear reason. The example, yeah, Ibrahim, can you give me the example quickly, please?
Yes, you are on a holiday in another country and you run into a person you
from home. Yeah.
know from home.
Yes, you run into someone you know from home in another country. طيب, the scientific definition. Thank you, yeah, Ibrahim. The scientific definition, وليد خالد.
لو سمحتي مش أنا بدي أجاوب عشان الجوال عم طفى، بدي أطلب هالشغلة.
بعد ما نخلص يا وليد، بعد ما نخلص. Just a moment. We still have some minutes. نشوف دالين. The scientific definition. كثير عندنا يا توجيهي. Finding an unexpected connection between seemingly random things or people. Example, meeting or talking to a complete stranger and finding out that you and him or her have the same birthday. طب نشوف true false statements. The phrase the latter refers to events that happen unexpectedly. True or false? Noor Jamal.
The phrases, the latter refers to events that happen unexpectedly. False.
It's false. It is finding an unexpected connection. Tamam? Number two, the more people you know, the more coincidences you may have. Ibrahim.
True.
True. Because as you get older, you will have more coincidences in your life. The writer considers the coincidences don't happen as often as you think. What do you think? Noor or Ibrahim? What do you think?
False,
They don't
I think.
have. Again, Ibrahim.
False, I think.
False, because they don't happen more often, not as often as you think. As it means with equal levels, like they don't happen more often, more often than you think. People accept how science explains these coincidences easily. People accept the scientific explanation easily. What do you think?
يعني يبدأ الخميس أبريل حياة الله.
False.
Again, false. They are reluctant to accept the scientific explanation. Complete the sentence or the sentences below. Weigh and show that coincidences aren't surprising to or strange as people believe. What are the things that shows that coincidences aren't surprising? Which way? The mathematical way and the internet, or the coincidences that happen in all people's lives. The statement it's a small world in paragraph 1 means هذا اللي حكيته قبل شوي. You have to give them what do you mean by it's a small world. People's lives are more connected than they used to be. طبعا references يا توجيهي كلهم حكينا فيهم except the last one, the more there will be, اللي هو موجود هون يا توجيهي. We have to focus on it. When they said
Coincidence.
The older you get, the more there will be what? There will be connection with people in your life. تمام? In this way, يعني, I try to focus on one of the samples of the Ministry of Education questions on such text. I will send the other samples on the activity of this group or of this team, and you can try to answer them. تمام? In this way, I finished. Thank you for being with me. I have to stop now, but let me have the attendance. Just a moment, please.